Captain James Travers, a seasoned explorer of uncharted galaxies, considered himself a diplomat as much as an adventurer. After all, survival in the depths of space often depended on making friends rather than enemies. When the Trethians, a recently discovered alien species, invited him to their homeworld for a cultural exchange, he accepted without hesitation. The Trethians were humanoid in shape, but distinctly alien. Their skin shimmered with an iridescent sheen, their eyes glowed faintly, and their voices resonated with harmonic undertones. Among them was Elara, a young ambassador in training who seemed particularly eager to learn about humans. During one of their exchanges, Elara presented James with a small, intricately carved crystal. It pulsed with a soft inner light and emitted a soothing hum when held. "This is for you," Elara said, her musical voice tinged with what James assumed was excitement. "It is a token of friendship." Touched by the gesture, James smiled and accepted it. "Thank you, Elara. It's beautiful." Elara's glow intensified, and her expression shifted into something James couldn't quite interpret. She seemed to shimmer even more brightly than usual as she said, "Then it is done." James assumed it was just another cultural nuance he didn't fully understand, but he figured he'd learn more over time. The Trethians seemed delighted, and the visit continued without incident. That night, as he studied the crystal in his quarters aboard the Elysium, his ship's AI, Harper, chimed in. "Captain, I've been analyzing the gift. It's emitting a unique energy signature. It might be more than a simple cultural artifact." James chuckled. "Well, let me know if it starts broadcasting my secrets." Harper paused, then said, "Actually, there is an encoded message. It's in the Trethian language. Translating now." James raised an eyebrow. "A message? What does it say?" Roughly translated, "By accepting this crystal, you have agreed to bond with Elara in the sacred unity of life and stars." James froze. "Wait, bond? Like marriage?" "It appears so, Captain." He stared at the crystal, then groaned. "Harper, how do I diplomatically get out of a surprise intergalactic marriage?" "Unknown. Cultural norms vary, but refusal could be seen as a grave insult. It might destabilize relations with the Trethians." Before he could ponder further, a chime signaled an incoming message. Elara's face appeared on the screen, her glowing eyes filled with joy. "James, I wanted to thank you for accepting my gift. Our bond will bring unity between our species." James stammered. "About that." Her expression faltered, and for the first time, she looked uncertain. Do humans not value sacred bonds?" No, we absolutely do," James said quickly. "It's just that humans usually, take longer to bond. We like to get to know each other first, build a foundation." Elara tilted her head. "This is unusual, but if it is your way, I will honor it. We shall court." James sighed in relief. "Yes, courting. Great idea. That way, we can strengthen our bond first." Elara brightened again. "Then I will study human courtship rituals. I shall prepare myself to meet your expectations." After the call ended, James slumped in his chair. "Harper, remind me to read the fine print next time." The days that followed were a whirlwind of Trethian courtship practices mixed with Elara's enthusiastic attempts to incorporate human traditions. She introduced James to the Dance of the Stars, an intricate series of movements meant to symbolize unity, and he showed her how to make a pizza. Despite the rocky start, James found himself genuinely enjoying Elara's company. She was intelligent, curious, and kind, with a mischievous sense of humor that caught him off guard. Over time, what began as a cultural misunderstanding blossomed into something deeper. One evening, as they stood beneath the twin moons of Trethia, Elara presented him with another crystal, a larger, more elaborate one. This signifies the final step in our courtship, she said, her voice soft. If you accept it, you choose me not as a partner for diplomacy, but as a partner for life. James looked at her glowing eyes, her hopeful expression, and realized that somewhere along the way, he'd stopped thinking of this as a diplomatic mission. He smiled, took the crystal, and said, Elara, I don't think I've ever been happier to misunderstand a custom. Her laughter echoed like a melody as the stars above shimmered in silent approval.